Ahoy there, I'm Captain Chris. I'm not a real captain, but in this video I'm going to show you the differences between a cruise on this ship, the MSC Virtuosa, and this one, the Sky Princess. And these ships are similar to their sister ships, Meraviglia, Bellissima, Grandiosa and Euribia for MSC, and Princess Cruises, Sun Princess, Enchanted Princess, Majestic Princess, Regal Princess and Royal Princess. And hopefully this will help you to decide which of the two cruise lines would be best for your holiday. So starting with the general appearance of each ship. The Sky Princess is quite traditional in appearance with touches of an Art Deco style. It has a great central atrium which feels like the hub of the ship, and there's always lots going on here like music and dancing. It feels quite open plan in some of the restaurants, so if you're eating in those ones you get people walking past and having a look at what you're eating, which is a bit weird, but the main dining rooms aren't like that at all. On MSC Virtuosa, the decor is much flashier with shiny, sparkly touches all around in their atrium and lots of mirrored surfaces and these incredible stairs where everyone wanted their photo taken. Even the bars were bright and shiny with space-age seats and fancy surfaces. Everywhere you look there's bling, and there's a glass lift on both ships, but on Virtuosa it has this great view to the outside which I absolutely loved being in, whereas the glass lift on the Sky Princess only looked out into the atrium. On Virtuosa, as the name suggests, there's a musical theme with venues having musical names, carpets having musical notes and each deck being named after a different composer. We were on Strauss deck for example, and I thought that made the ship more memorable. Without a doubt though, the thing that sets Virtuosa apart, not only from the Sky Princess but from every other cruise line, is the incredible Galleria Virtuosa, which is an almost 100-metre long street lined with bars, shops and restaurants, and above it is this amazing LED ceiling. The ever-changing display can show blue skies and flowers to the stars or dinosaurs. It's the absolute standout feature, it's impossible to ignore, and it's the thing you'll remember about this ship long after you've forgotten everything else. We had a balcony cabin on each ship and they were pretty similar, but on the Sky Princess there was a wardrobe area, although no door on the wardrobe, whereas on Virtuosa there was a proper wardrobe with a door. You can take a bottle of wine per adult for consumption in your cabin on Princess cruises, and there was a fridge and tea and coffee making facilities. On Virtuosa you can't take any drinks with you at all, and the fridge includes a mini bar in an attempt to get you to buy some extra drinks. There are plenty of plug sockets and USBs on both cruise ships, but the main difference is in the size of the bathrooms. The bathroom on Sky Princess was very compact to say the least. I was actually standing in the shower when I took this video on the Sky Princess, and the shower had a shower curtain rather than a proper door. On Virtuosa the bathroom had quite a bit more elbow room and a proper door on the shower. This made the cabins on Virtuosa my favourite, and whether you prefer the Art Deco style of the Sky Princess or the sparkly bling of Virtuosa is a matter of personal taste, but that incredible LED ceiling is the decider for me. I loved it. Next up is the restaurants and the food. On the Sky Princess there are three huge main dining rooms called Cielo, Soleil and Estrella, which all serve the same menu at different times. And then up on deck 16 are Slice, where you can get pizza and meatballs, which were absolutely delicious. And then on the adjacent corner is the Salty Dog Grill, which serves burgers, hot dogs and loaded fries, and was always busy. In the opposite corner to these is Swirl's ice cream counter, and these are all included in the standard fare, and the three of them are around the main pool, which means you can grab a snack without losing your sun lounger. Down on deck 5 is the International Cafe, which is open 24/7 and serves small plate sandwiches, snacks and desserts appropriate to the time of day, and is also included. There's also a great selection of other places to eat that come at an extra cost, including the Crown Grill, steak and seafood restaurant, Alfredo's Pizzeria, which serves a selection of 8 pizzas and pasta dishes, a seafood restaurant called The Catch, which was very popular, and a sushi bar which also serves sashimi and caviar, and Sabatini's Italian restaurant, which was especially lovely. But it's in this department you'll find things very different on MSC. If you pay the standard fare, you'll find your dining room, table number and dining time are printed on your cruise card, and you eat at the same time and table every evening. There are no other restaurants included in your fare. If you pay the higher fare called Oreo, you get one other restaurant to use, and the dining times in there are flexible, but there are no other included options. If you're prepared to pay extra for the specialty restaurants, then there are some very nice ones. There's the Butcher's Cut Steakhouse, a sushi bar, a taco place, and one or two others, but they're pricey considering you've already paid for a meal in the main restaurant that you won't be having. Both cruise lines also have sensational buffets as well. Both are open from early morning to late at night, and both serve just about everything you can think of, from a cooked breakfast, pastries and fruit in the mornings, to burgers and fries and pasta at lunchtime, and hot dinners in the evenings. And they make their own mozzarella on Virtuosa and fresh pasta too. The beauty of a cruise ship buffet is its convenience and informality, making them very popular with families who don't want formal restaurants with waiter service. And you can pile your plate high if you're hungry, or just pick and choose whatever you fancy. And they're absolutely enormous, with loads of seating and lots of hubbub, so you don't feel like your kids need to keep quiet. We love the buffets and we use them every day, but on MSC, for the basic fare, it's the main restaurant, the buffet, and that's it. For that reason, I prefer Princess cruises, where there's a lot more choice without having to pay any extra. Next is the many ways to be entertained on board. Both ships have a large theatre on board with many and varied shows happening in the evenings. The shows on the Sky Princess were repeated twice a night, whereas it was 3 times a night on Virtuosa, probably because Virtuosa holds far more passengers than the Sky Princess. Virtuosa also has a second theatre at the back of the ship which has different shows on, although these are chargeable, and this space is also used for talks and quizzes in the daytime. Neither ship is afraid to throw a party, but the parties were often themed on MSC, like 70s disco, school days, or with everyone wearing white. Dressing up isn't compulsory, but a lot of people did seem to have packed the right clothes for these parties. On the Sky Princess there were quizzes, competitions and games that we really enjoyed, and these were often held in the Princess Live Lounge. Quizzes and games on Virtuosa were in the Virtuosa Lounge, but we never could find a seat in there, and we did the quiz every day standing up at the back. In fact, not being able to find a seat was a bit of a theme on Virtuosa, with all of the venues seeming absolutely packed, especially in the evenings, but at least you can book a seat in the theatre, which you can't do with Princess. Both cruise lines have kids clubs and put on a lot of activities for children, but it all seemed a bit bigger and brighter with MSC. And outside on Virtuosa there's a rope walk and a large water park type area where kids can splash around and have fun getting wet. There's a large pool on the Sky Princess with an outdoor cinema screen, and this is where a lot of kids activities and adults exercise classes took place. But it's open to the elements, meaning it can't be used in bad weather. Virtuosa has this large outdoor pool and cinema screen where all these activities happened, but also another indoor pool under a glass roof, which was kept at a tropical temperature, so you could relax by the pool whatever the weather. On Sky Princess there's a sports court, jogging track, and both ships have really well equipped gyms full of running machines and all the equipment you could want, and both have lovely spas where you can get all the pampering you could possibly desire. So there are many ways to feel relaxed and refreshed by your holiday, and loads of ways to exercise and burn off all the calories that you've put on in the buffet. But the thing that sets Virtuosa apart in onboard entertainment is the incredible Sportplex area. In here there's a 4D cinema and a Formula 1 simulator. There's arcade games to have a go on and virtual reality games. There's everything you can think of, including a 10-pin bowling alley and a large indoor sports court. Most cruise ships have their sports court outside surrounded by a net, so again these aren't much fun to use if the weather's bad. The Sportplex is very impressive, but nothing comes for free with MSC, so you or your kids will burn through quite a bit of cash playing on all this kit. You can buy a pass though, which makes it come a bit cheaper. Now, if you want to know which ship is best for you, I'll tell you that next, just after a quick reminder to hit the subscribe button and allow notifications. This won't cost you anything, it just means you'll know when I post another video, and it means a lot to me, so please subscribe. Thank you. So, which ship should you choose for your holiday, and which is better value, and should you buy a drinks package? Well, the Sky Princess is a bit smaller and quieter and is more traditional in appearance. There are more places to eat without paying any extra, and the entertainment was excellent and finding a seat was easier. Our cabin was good, but the bathroom was tiny. MSC Virtuosa is bigger with more stuff going on, although we often struggle to find a seat. There are very few places to eat without paying extra, but the ship is bright and sparkly and the Sportplex is amazing. But just about everything on board seems to cost extra, from the movies on your cabin TV to drinks from the robot bartender. MSC are very good at coming up with another thing to spend a bit more of your money on, and you'll need an iron will to say no to all of the temptations they put in your way. But don't forget that LED ceiling. We found it absolutely mesmerising. You can buy a drinks package on MSC cruises, but on Princess they do things a little differently. The Princess Plus or Premier fares are higher than the standard fare, but you get a drinks package included with those, and they also bundle together some of the more desirable extras that many cruisers want, like Wi-Fi, crew gratuities, access to the specialty restaurants and a few other things too. This seems more attractive than a standalone drinks package that many other cruise lines offer, so why not check out my video about that next, and I'll see you over there, and until I do, thanks for watching.